Insanely breaking news. Today we are covering a mini Hasan video. This is not one of the major How Effed is Hasan Piker videos in the How Effed is Hasan Piker franchise, history's favorite franchise. Literally stonks. YouTube is blowing up. Everyone loves the How Effed is Hasan Piker franchise. So much respect and clout coming my way purely by the people that love the How Effed is Hasan Piker franchise. As you know, I have been covering this man on a much deeper level than anybody else. A lot of people are all sitting there be like, he said bad thing, he said bad thing, and that's about it. I go into the nitty-gritty of the bad thing and expose him to the world. And I am so glad that mainstream media accounts are actually parroting the How Effed is Hasan Piker talking points for the mainstream world. Now, the reason why I am excited to talk about this today is because he was stopped at the airport. He was stopped at the airport and he was questioned for being a terrorist supporter. This is the greatest news of all time. I am not even joking, bro. This actually happened. Now, I'm not taking credit for this myself because I don't feel like the credit is actually necessarily fully deserved. But I do have to say, as the most reliable news source on the internet, going viral on the internet for my reliability, I do have to say, lock in, boys and girl, because today is going to be incredibly fun. So, this is not going to be super long, but I got to get you up to speed. So, as we all know, and as I've been covering extensively on the How Effed is Hasan Piker franchise, he supports every terrorist organization that targets Israel. Now, you might think, hey, maybe he just hates Israel. He doesn't just like terrorists. Like, that makes it better. Anyway, this is him calling India a terrorist state when they were terrorist attacked by Pakistan.
Violates the sovereignty of another nation state. So is Russia. A great example of this would be Russia. Any state that violates the sovereignty of another state and strikes civilian targets is a fucking rogue terrorist state.
Now, in case anyone actually wants a context, this is after Pakistan caused a terrorist attack on India, and the Pakistan officials went to the funerals of the terrorists. So India returned fire at what they claimed was terrorist infrastructure, and he's just like, India's terrorist state. They're terrorists, all of them. I see them the way they walk and waddle. Oh, they're all terrorists. All of them terrorizing people with scam phone calls or something.
She didn't even say India is a terrorist rogue state. I think she just said India is a rogue state. But I would go so far as to say, yeah, they're doing terrorism. Also,
every single time, according to Hasan, all right, Pakistani terror attack in India, India retaliates. Hasan, it's what Luffy would do Piker. They are a terrorist state. Now, if you have already seen the fact that Hasan Piker is 450% cooked, probably one of the greatest iterations of the entire How Cooked is Hasan Piker franchise. 450% cooked is a really special one. So I must tell you, and I must tell you with love, we covered his entire India coverage. This dude straight up supports any terrorist group ever, especially if they are related to Islam. If it's an Islam-based terrorist group, Hasan Piker is all over their meat.
So her analysis on the matter is putting the BJP guy in a very different light. Like she's coming across way more restrained and way more informed instead of just simply saying, I don't give a shit that there's no evidence, no direct ties to Pakistan involvement in the terror attack that took place. Who gives a fuck? They've been doing this for 30 years. We have to get blood.
All right, so in his own words, Pakistan did 30 years of terrorist attacks against India. India retaliates, and now India is the terrorist state, unlike Pakistan. Are we recognizing the retardation? Anyway, if you want full India coverage, you could definitely check out how Hasan Piker is, in fact, 450% fucked on history's most critically acclaimed franchise. Today, we're talking about how he is arrested in the airport, and I think they're putting him on a no-fly list. So, Hasan also hosted a talk will be hosting a talk at the University of Chicago today. So, of course, I had to ask the University of Chicago if they knew that they're hosting a terrorist propagandist and rape denier. The irony is that everyone in my comments are like, they already know. They know. They're also just like that. Great. What the fuck is this? I got slapped by CPB at Global Entry for additional questioning. I'm out. It wasn't that bad. Very strange experience overall. When you act like an asshole, custom shoves a fic up your ass as a terrorist check if your name is Hasan. Not maybe a bit wordy on the meme, but I approve the message. All right. Anyway, the point is Hasan has been absolutely losing his mind lately. So I want to catch you up on a little bit of the Hasan drama because personally, it's very, very funny. So Hasan was invited to do a meeting of the minds with some lefty retard in France, Jean-Luc Mélenchon. So he went to France to do his little meeting with Jean-Luc over here. He went all the way to Jean-Luc in France to do a little meeting with the lad. Now, I will tell you a thing or two about France before we need to get into it. France recently, this is Macron, the president of France, he invited this lovely fellow to France, Jolani. Now, in case you are unaware, Jolani is a Islamist terrorist that caused the murders of thousands of Christians and Druze and other forms of Muslims that aren't in his exact group of Muslims. This guy is a massive terrorist. Like, he overthrew the government in Syria. He took over, and I don't know if you've seen my video where I did coverage over what happened at Syria, but this dude essentially caused a massive sweeping terrorist attack, executing any Christian or whatever. Anyway, so this guy got invited with open arms to France. So France is something about France liking terrorists or something. Druze? Yeah, they're a group of people. So anyway, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, surprise, invited Hasan Piker to have a meeting with him. So they had a nice meeting. Here's Hasan and Mélenchon. As you can see, everyone's having a fantastic time. Great meeting. Love to see it. It's fantastic. And he went on a bit of a tirade the other day. Here he says, Democrats can't even defend themselves. How the fuck do we expect them to defend the American people? This is in regards to a Democrat that was arrested for doing a crime. There was a Democrat who committed a crime, was arrested for committing a crime, just like Hasan yells about how Trump needs to get arrested. So Democrat gets arrested, and Hasan is like, they can't even defend themselves. No! Anyway, whole separate video on that one, so don't worry here. So here he retweets Bill Maher, another leftist. My favorite thing is when Hasan attacks leftists. It's like literally, it's the two retards fighting of all time. We love it so much. So, Mr. I hate all religions except I love the religious supremacist ethno-state ethnically cleansing Palestinians. Now, the irony here is that the most genocidal people in the region are the genocidal fucking retards that come together to want to kill all Jews. Hello? Like, the fact that Hasan will support every terrorist organization out there that wants to kill all Jews. It's their own words, all right? You don't need to put words in their mouth. They say it themselves. They show up, they pull out of their freaking motorcycles, and they're like, yo, guys, we want to kill all Jews. And so, and Hasan supports them. But hey, don't worry, Hasan doesn't actually hate Jews. So I wanted to look at what Bill Maher actually said before we break apart the retardation of Hasan's takedown of this guy. And don't worry, this story culminates with Hasan getting fucking fisted in the airport.
Democrats should reclaim the flag and then get it clean because someone's been humping it.
Weird. As Rachel Ziegler would say, weird.
But seriously, this is a serious problem for Democrats.
All right.
Less than 1 in 4 Democrats under 30 say they're proud to be an American.
Let's go! We're realizing that they're retards.
Embarrassed.
54. Oh my God, 54% of young Democrats are embarrassed to be American. Do you see the problem with this goddamn country? And you know who's one of these 54%? Hamas Diddy bin Laden Piker himself, Pakistan Piker. The actual legend, Pakistan Piker. Then leave, guys. You could probably go somewhere else, okay? America is great, and you should be proud to be American.
Like America's your mom picking you up at school? You're embarrassed to be an American? Well, guess what? The feeling's mutual because you have no perspective.
True. No wonder why Hasan is so mad at Bill Maher. Bill Maher is calling out his entire fucking audience.
Of course not. No country is. Although don't get Tucker Carlson started on Russia.
Got him.
But the U.S. is leagues ahead of the rest of the world on most of the progressive issues that are important to young people.
All right.
America has 14 million women-owned businesses. 17% of black women are starting businesses, which is...
Can I tell you a statistic that he's not going to tell you because it's not... The woke people don't like this statistic? Black people in America are the richest group of black people anywhere on the planet. There is no group of black people in any other country that is wealthier than the black people in America. America is the best place for black people on the planet. Despite the fact that if you watch any fucking leftist media source, they will all tell you, racism is everywhere. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. We are, unironically, these anti-American fucks are getting called out, and Hasan is seething. He is seething about this.
Faster than white women or white men. Gay Americans are free to marry, and 49% of them own property. Yes, in America, gays buy buildings. In other places, they
get thrown off of them. Yeah, we all saw that one coming.
All those old movies you think are
I saw that
cringe?
happening.
Well, they're cringe because America changed, because we modernized. Way more than most societies have.
Damn.
Our current Congress is the most racially and ethnically diverse ever. They're like a beautiful, useless rainbow.
Yeah! Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Fuck, man. Got him. Listen,
And
Bill Maher, he might be a libtard, but listen, man. Listen, man, he makes Hasan Piker. Hasan makes this guy look like the genius of geniuses.
I only live in a land where every TV commercial features a mixed-race couple, including the ones where it makes no sense.
Yeah! Woo! America! I'm sorry, that's annoying. Let's move on.
Mom's black, dad's white, and the kid's Asian.
A woke Hollywood taking L's even from the left. We are living in the best timeline. The left is making fun of woke Hollywood. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? We have reached an era where the libtards are making fun of woke Hollywood. Is this not what winning feels like? Anyway, Hasan is seething. Well, I gotta get to the part where Hasan freaks out.
Is the dilemma for Democrats. Their young people, their key constituency, not only don't like their own civilization, they like the wrong one.
True!
They actually think Hamas
Yes!
is a liberal.
And now you know why Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Piker is mad. Now you know why Hamas Piker is seething and coping. Now you know why Hasan retweeted this with Mr. I hate all religions except I love the religious supremacist ethno-state ethnically cleansing Palestinians. Because he dared call out a terrorist organization. God, he says who he is, doesn't he?
They chant for the Houthis.
Retards, right? Actual retards.
They're chanting, "We will honor our martyrs at Yale."
What the fuck? Why are they honoring martyrs in Yale, bro? You have all lost the plot. Everyone's everyone's freaking out that Qatar bought a plane for Donald Trump for a $400 million plane for Trump, but not that Qatar gave billions of dollars to universities around America.
They're looking for love in all the wrong countries. Someone needs to tell the kids that America is not the society where women basically have no rights, where there's zero freedom of religion, and where dissent is punishable by death.
Yeah, kind of weird, kind of weird. Hasan crashing out about how Israel is quote-unquote an apartheid, even though you have Arabs and you have Jews both in the actual government. Whereas, do you have any Jews, or Christians for that matter, in any government, in any Muslim country? The answer is no. Because they are the apartheid countries. Like, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm just spitting facts. Hasan is losing his goddamn mind over this shit. And the Liberal Party is absolutely driving themselves off a cliff.
Our democracy may be on life support, but we still have elections.
True. They're
And
dictatorships.
yet at Coachella this year, when an Irish rap group projected onto screens, "Fuck Israel, free Palestine."
Well, they didn't just do that. They also said, go Hamas and go Hezbollah. And then they apologized for it, and then they got annihilated. And they actually, do you know what they did at this very concert? They collabed with Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Piker.
Got big applause.
True.
Globalize the Intifada.
What does this even mean, globalize the Intifada? Guys, let's kill Jews all over the world, not just in Israel. By the way, Israelis are genocidal, but also let's kill all Jews on the planet. Woo! Woo! Let's go! Yeah, right? Based. I'm telling you, the fucking giga woke radical leftists lost their goddamn mind.
Catchphrase that's really catching on these days, as if worldwide suicide bombing and cosplaying Islamic revolutionaries is the answer to our problem.
True.
At an AOC Bernie Sanders rally in Idaho last month, someone threw a Palestinian flag over an American flag, and the crowd erupted in approval.
Actual retards. Actual fucking retards. If you want to be pro-Palestine, that is your prerogative. But how does a guy in America be more pro-Palestine than pro-America? Like, this is actually insane.
What should have happened after that is one of the adults on stage should have told their young, loyal followers, this is not a symbol of freedom. This is.
True. And you wonder why Hasan is maulding, bro.
If the thought leaders in the Democratic Party keep encouraging and not rebuking the idea that America is cringe and the people who run Gaza are great, the Democrats are doomed. Alyssa Slotkin's right. Liberals are...
So is this guy over here, this Nuxanor guy, the guy that's always right about things, even though people think I'm a retard and they're not all wrong. I am a little bit of a retard sometimes. But this guy over here, this homeboy, despite the fact that I was literally going viral, I was going viral on Twitter for like the last 12 hours. People getting my politics from a reliable source. Democrats are 200% fucked. 50,000 likes. I'm actually correct. And Bill Maher, a Democrat, agrees with me. Turns out I am a reliable source, it turns out.
Weak and woke, especially the white ones, and they indulge all nonsense from their kids, a pattern that then continues on in the Democratic Party.
Awkward.
It was all the gender stuff, the insistence that men can have babies and such.
Yeah! Dude, the crazy that they woke so close to the sun. They used to just want to terrorize their own children. Now they want to terrorize children in other countries. How cool is that? They used to be like, we are fighting for the right to cut our children's balls off. And now they've moved on. We are fighting to the right to support terrorist groups in other countries that wanted to murder other children.
That we like the terrorists.
Yeah!
Is the new that.
It's the new that.
Liberals need to push back on the dumb ideas that...
Nah, dude. No, dude. You know the best way to fucking cook the Democrats right now? Operation Let Them Speak. Operation Let Them Speak is truly, it's too powerful. It keeps winning.
Come from their children.
Yep.
The Democrats' problem is the energy of the parties with the young and the young are with the terrorists. That's not good.
Nope, not good.
So talk to your children and remind them you don't really want to live like your heroes in Hamas. All the shit you do all day, it was all made in America. Your smartphone, your Grubhub, your freedom to bitch about America.
Right, remember, speaking of freedom of speech, I love how they're all protesting, right? They're all protesting, not realizing that protesting is a right that is not existent in Gaza. Did you know that Palestinians protested against Hamas in Gaza? And you know what Gaza did to the protesters? They murdered them. They murdered Palestinian protesters and left their bodies on the doorsteps of their families. That's what Hamas did to the people protesting them. Because the current war that's going on in Gaza right now, despite the fact that no one wants to actually recognize it in the media, the war that's going on right now is a war that Hamas started that is being perpetuated by Hamas. The reason why Israel is currently at war with Gaza is because Hamas didn't decide to surrender and give up the hostages that they took when they started the war. They started it. It's their fault that it's still going on. Enough of this fucking bullshit pussyfooting around. Absolutely. This isn't condoning everything Israel did. I do think Israel went too far in certain instances. But let's be real here. Y'all are retards. They do not have genuine opinions on anything, and they're just going to sit there and bitch around. And Bill Maher's completely right. He's completely correct here.
It's all American stuff. You tell your phone you want a milkshake, and a guy brings it to your house. Please, you couldn't survive a week living in Intifadaville.
True. So this is the rare moment where you got Bill Maher, all right, libtard extraordinaire, all right. This dude, he's a lefty, all right. He makes probably the best fucking speech ever done in the current Trump administration by someone on the left. Everyone on the left is a total retard right now. I don't know what happened to these motherfuckers. They're going to fucking El Salvador to visit terrorists. They're going to support other terrorists. Like, it's absolutely insane. Bill Maher spits facts, because he really does. And Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Piker over here drops Mr. I hate all religions, except I love the religious supremacist ethno-state ethnically cleansing Palestinians. Classic Hasan. Does not engage with, you know what, I could just show it to you right here. You all know the Hasan system. Are you familiar with the Hasan system? This is the Hasan system. The Hasan system is a proven method for handling criticism. Hide. Ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. True, he never reacted to me or anyone that ever criticized him. Alter. Drastically misrepresent the opposing view. Turns out Bill Maher was not actually supporting terrorist group, supporting ethnic cleansing like he claims that that's happening. Strawman. Attack the misrepresentation by grouping the critics with deplorables. True, he called him a genocidal freak. Avoid. Debate only weaker opponents, never the original person. True, bro is terrified to talk to me or even bring me up. He will not mention my name on his stream. Name call. Label frustrated opposition is crazy or obsessed to discredit them. That's the Hasan system. And he uses it in this one tweet. Mr. I hate religions. All right, so that's categorizing him falsely. Except I love the religious supremacist ethno-state, ethnically cleansing Palestinians, and that's not at all what happened. He did not say that at all. He just said that there is a problem in America of Americans supporting terrorists, and he's completely right. So Hasan immediately needs to stand up and defend the terrorists, because he's a terrorist sympathizer, terrorist supporter. In my personal opinion, he is definitely contributing actual material gains to terrorism, and in my opinion, he probably is going to end up in prison, which is why the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise is truly picking up steam, because 1,000% when he's in jail. Let's keep reading the Hasan tweets, because they only get better. This is the day of May 11th, yesterday. What did Hasan do yesterday? You ever go to the airport early and get hit with every single setback? Traffic at entry, passport denied at automatic gate. I wonder why his passport was denied. I wonder. Could it be that the guy that literally goes on his stream and defends his use of the phrase America deserved 9/11? Perhaps they might treat this guy a little bit dangerous? Maybe the full cavity search will give it away, Mr. Hamas Piker. Stuck behind old lady with liquids, GSR swabs on every bag. I wonder why they're handling him so ruthlessly. Do you think it's because France are just Islamophobic? I don't think so. France just invited a literal fucking terrorist into their country that met the president of the country. All right? He literally just did that. This guy has recently, and when I say recently, I mean this year, murdered minorities in Syria. And by minorities, I mean Christians, Alawites, Druze. Unbelievable fucking carnage that this man did. But he was welcomed into France. So I don't know, Hasan. I don't know. I don't think it's because they're Islamophobic. On a generational 3-hour run at Charles de Gaulle right now. Anyway, Hasan then shows up, stroke victim outflanking Trump on Israel. This is him criticizing a Democrat senator for being pro-Israel, classic. Then we got Hasan, Hasan keeps making videos on slop tubers, keeps making videos on people trying to call him out because dude is getting annihilated in public. And then he says, it happened. Yes! It happened. What happened? I got stopped at CBB at Global Entry for additional questioning. I'm out. It wasn't that bad. Very strange experience. I wonder why he was getting additional questioning at the airport. Could it be that he had to describe this image of Trump in a fucking Hamas headband to the ICE agent? Could it be that perhaps he is losing his goddamn mind? He should do a reverse BDS on America, because remember, Hasan hates Israel, but he hates America just as much. Now, don't worry, the slop gets better. He posted this, I think, on Instagram. They asked me about my job. They knew already. Trump, Israel, Houthis, Hamas, even Twitch bans. Because remember, he got banned on Twitch most recently for calling for the death of a United States senator. He said anyone that knows about Medicaid fraud should kill Rick Scott. This is basically, that says, I think. So basically, yeah, they're asking about Twitch bans. They're actually asking him crazy shit right now. And the next post got stopped by CBB for additional questioning. Bro got fucking cavity searched. Bro got 9/11 searched. It turns out if you support multiple terrorist organizations, as well as be known for the guy that incited the murder of American senators, multiple, 2 by the way, as well as the guy that fucking goes in public and does his shit and pulls his bitch ass shit saying America deserved 9/11, maybe the full rectal cavity search that shit's gonna happen in the airport is going to happen. And it's only gonna get so much worse for him. I want that to be aware. Again, I'm not wishing any harm on Hamas Diddy bin Laden Piker over here. Not trying to do any of that. Absolutely not. Don't want to do that. Yeah, this close-up makes the hair transplant that he got a lot more noticeable. Yeah, I know, chat. But, nah, this is a colossal fucking W. Absolute guy was so pro-terrorist that he got 9/11. God damn. Me sewing. Haha, fuck yeah. Yes! me reaping. Well, this fucking sucks. What the fuck? And I think this this tells the story of Hamas, Diddy bin Laden, Pakistan Piker incredibly well. I think this does such a fantastic job exploring exactly how retarded this guy actually is. This is glorious. This is fantastic. This is so good. I have someone in my chat defending his 9/11 take right now. I did not expect to see that in the year of our Lord. But yeah, anyway, this is a colossal W for me personally because I get content, and also it's a colossal W for the Jews as a whole because he hates Jews. And I think this is a colossal W for the internet. I'm not gonna lie. This dude actually fucking logs on, goes online, and actually got stopped for fucking questioning in the airport. I think this is hilarious. This is absolutely funny as fuck. And his life is only going to keep getting harder because I have a feeling that the pushback that is happening right now against a lot of like the extreme gender ideology shit, like the castrating children and putting hormone and puberty blockers on children, that shit, which I think right now is actually getting an insane amount of pushback, and it's only going to get worse. I think that the whole terrorist support thing is going to only get worse. I think that this goes to show that the governments are fully aware of Hamas Diddy Piker over here. They know him. They are looking into him. They are questioning him about Twitch bans, all right? That means they asked him, did you incite violence against a United States senator? And personally, I am all here for it. Definitely subscribe for more episodes of the How Fucked Is Hamas Piker franchise. I'm not going to include this in the greater franchise. This is like just a little update because it's very funny. And I'm very excited to see you in the next one, gamers. This was very fun. And remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.